Hi, and welcome to our Difficult Histories documentary. This documentary is about the slave trading of the VOC. The VOC, also known as the Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie, was a Dutch trading company which traded in a lot of things. They always used boats to go overseas and trade. They traded goods such as metals, like copper and silver, from Japan, but also yarn and pepper from India. The VOC took form in 1602. However, the slavery of the VOC began in 1658. The VOC is extremely glorified by people who link it to the Golden Age. This company was established by Johan van Oldenbarneveld, a Dutchman who was born on the 14th of September in 1547 and died on the 13th of May in 1619. He had two sons, Reinier and Willem. Whenever you hear VOC, you might think about a normal trading company, but that is not the case. As mentioned before, the VOC also traded slaves. Not a lot of people know that, and that's why this is a difficult history. Nobody talks about it.
Hi, welcome to the interview. Thank you for sitting down with me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Looking forward to what we're going to talk about, so let's dive in.
What do you think of when you hear VOC?
So I think of Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie, which is what the abbreviation stands for. And I think of high school classes that taught me that the VOC is a sailing company, that they sailed all over the world, shipping spices to like the eastern part of the world especially, and that they did a lot of great things for the Netherlands. And that it can be a bit of a controversial subject because, recently with the whole slavery topic and the Black Lives Matter thing that has come up and difficult histories, the VOCs looked at differently. So those are like two things, the difficult part and the old part that come to mind.
Did you know about the dark side of the VOC?
Right, so not too long ago. I think it's really something from maybe, for me at least, from like 4 years ago, that I started looking at through different glasses at history, that it's not just the golden age of the Netherlands, but that actually so many bad things happened, and that the Netherlands really were oppressive to other people and didn't do a lot of good things. So I know about it now, but I haven't known about it for too long.
Did you ever teach your classes about this specific topic?
I did, yeah. Actually, last year, was it last year? Oh no, it's even like just a couple months ago. I had a discussion with a class about J.P. Koen, who is like either a saint in the eyes of some people, but he's also a person who, committed a horrible crime. Because of him, 90% of the Banda Islands, the people in the Banda Islands were murdered. So we had a discussion on whether or not there should be a statue of him in the Netherlands, and that was really interesting, and I hope it really made the students think about history and the fact that the VOC isn't all good. So I do try to address it, yes.
Has this subject ever been taught, or has this subject always been taught in Dutch high school?
No, definitely not, because history history was used as an instrument to make people more nationalistic. That's actually how it started. So if you would share a common history together as a country that you could all be super proud of, then people would be like, yay, our country is the best and we'll do anything for our country. So only the good parts about history were talked about. And it's only something quite recent that people started looking at history quite critically. So also teaching it differently than it was taught before. So no, it hasn't always been taught that way. However, it depends on the teacher. Of course, there have always been teachers who were aware of what happened and who did tell their classes already before it was part of the curriculum.
Why is it important that we talk about this?
Because of a lot of reasons. The first one being that we shouldn't look away from bad things that are done, but we should take responsibility for them in the sense that I think that there are a lot of differences in the world. Like there are countries where life is much harder, where people are poorer, where they don't have the same possibilities in life, and I think it's important that we understand how that happened in the first place. Not to shame people, but to think about how we can make it better. So I think that by looking at, for example, a problem like this, where there was an oppressor that like the VOC was, who used other people and did bad things to other people because they wanted to make money. I think we can learn from that about how things are why things are the way they are today. So I think that's why it's the most important thing to talk about.
Okay, that were all the questions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yay!